Hi, welcome to Wall Street Confidential. Deborah Borchardt here with Jim Cramer, and today we're going to talk about MasterCard. So this stock, the last quarter, it was hit with a huge litigation charge from American Express, but it's really not that bad a company, or is it? Is it a buy or is it not?
This was a bad quarter. I mean, this was the first quarter. There's a lot of companies that have pretty much said that we don't have a lot of economic sensitivity because of great secular growth that we have. So if you look at MasterCard, what they've been saying, they position themselves as being, this is a great trend out of paper into plastic, and it's worldwide. And that continued this quarter. But what we saw is that domestic transactions were down. This is a transaction play. And it's debit card more than credit, which isn't as good. And it's also, they do a lot of cross-border, and United States citizens are not traveling over to Europe, so that's not so good. It's not being made up by Europeans coming here because Europeans don't use their credit cards as much.
But they had good revenue growth.
They had good revenue growth, but these are momentum names. I mean, I'm watching it right now on ActionAlertsPlus.com, like Deere's momentum name, Freeport's momentum name. These are perceived as not value plays, and anything that's not value is owned by and usually is owned by momentum hedge funds. They'll look at MasterCard and they'll say, listen, I don't really care that what used to trade at 280 and it's down from 220, so therefore it has lost, a fifth of its value. What they say is, no, it's no longer right. And I'm seeing this in a bunch of stocks. Well, hold it. This MasterCard was right because it was beating the numbers convincingly, and now it's wrong, so it has to be sold. It has to be bought when it's right and sold when it's wrong. This kind of binary thinking is infecting the market and leaving people who are actually doing a lot of homework adrift.
Really.
Yeah, because of what you first said, which is it's obviously not a bad company. But it's a company now that has flaws that it didn't have before.
And there may be upcoming litigation because we've got the government saying, I don't like these high fees, and all their constituents are calling them up complaining.
Right. Anything that's slowing. Now, I don't think that's what the sellers are thinking. I think the sellers are thinking, we had thought this company was this was a way to be in a financial without credit risk. Okay? And the financials say are 12.
It was a healthy financial.
Right. Say financials are 13% of the S&P, and you're a mutual fund or a hedge fund, and you want to have some representation by the financials. Well, you have no momentum in a money center or a regional.
Yep.
So you can't own them because your charter is momentum, meaning it's growth. And momentum is kind of a curse word for growth. And so MasterCard and Visa were the two to hide in. And they no longer can be hidden in because they no longer are beating the numbers.
So we don't want to be in MasterCard anymore.
Well, I mean, no.
Okay.
I mean, you got to look at, in a lot of the books I've written, I say, listen, the owners are more important than the fundamentals at certain key junctures. And right now, the owners are fleeing. We don't know when they're fleeing, but remember I said it's binary. They can't own it anymore. So it's not like they can't own it at 280, but at 220 they stop selling. They just can't own it anymore. It doesn't matter where the stock is.
All right, so time to take the scissors out and cut up that MasterCard.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
All right, thank you, Jim. And this is Deborah Borchardt here at Wall Street Confidential. Stay tuned for more at thestreet.com TV.